You're not born to blend in, you're born to stand out. But somewhere along the way, you stopped showing up. You started shrinking, you started choosing safe over bold, comfort over calling, and you started playing small. But every time you play small, you don't just cheat yourself, you cheat the world. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Thank you for sharing the show and getting the word out there. It really means a lot to me. And if you gain value out of this, please share it again. And what does it mean to play small? Playing small isn't about being humble. It's about being scared. It looks like not applying for the job because you didn't feel qualified, not starting the business or podcast because you fear judgment, or not even doing a TikTok or a reel or anything like that. Hiding your talent because others might feel uncomfortable by your greatness. Don't ever let somebody else do that to you. Saying it's not a big deal when it actually is your calling. The When you say it's not a big deal, you're like really going against what you actually are good at. And you're telling yourself that you're not good at it, or it's one of those, like, it's kind of like you're trying to be humble, but it's not. If you're good at it, say, yeah, I'm good at it. I practiced it. You're not just good at it because you just started. Like, you had to put the time in and effort to get good at what you were trying to do. So be proud of what you actually are good at, and which if you found your calling, be proud that you found your calling. Be like, yeah, I just love it. And I don't know how I found it, but I did, and I love it. The truth bomb is playing small is not humility, it's self-betrayal. So why are we playing small? A lot of the times it's the fear of judgment, and fear of judgment is probably one of the worst things you could do. You just got to go for it. You're terrified of what they'll say if you really go for it. You shrink to stay likable, but your soul feels heavy because you know you're holding back. Like, always just go for it. It is okay to, it might be lonely on the outside and a lonely road up the hill, but in the end, it's going to make you feel so much better that you went for it and that you just didn't care what other people would think of you. And it's okay. Even if you fail, who cares? You went for it. You won't have that regret of what if I went for it? What would have happened? You went for it. You made it or you didn't. Good for you. You went for it. Start over again and try another thing. Fear of failure. You'd rather not try than to fail. A lot of people are that way. I mean, I still do that on some things. We all still do. Like, there's times where I want to post and I don't post anything. There's times when I want to go do something and I don't go do it because of fear of failure. But in the years that I've been alive, I've realized that if it doesn't scare you, it's probably not worth doing. A lot of times you talk yourself out of your destiny, so you never have to feel disappointment, but you end up living in regret. That hurts probably the most if you got to regret what you were doing. Like, I don't even regret my past. Like, sometimes I might say it, but I really don't. It got me to be the person that I am now, and the gratefulness that I have now that I'm not stuck in that past life. Fear of success. Success comes with responsibility, visibility, pressure. So you sabotage your potential to stay comfortable where nobody expects anything from you. A lot of times I think I feel fear of success. A lot of times I can't get over that hump of, maybe the podcast doing 1 million downloads or something, or, maybe the shop gets, up to $15,000-$20,000 a month, or real estate just takes off and I have to drop everything else. Like, I don't know what that would look like, but sometimes I do fear that I wouldn't be able to handle the success. So I guess my mindset's not right where it needs to be. Maybe that's why I keep doing these podcasts and working on my mindset to get me into the position that I need to be to take on the success that could happen from all the work that I've been putting in. Conditioning. Maybe you were told you were too much, too loud, or too intense, so you dim the light to keep the peace. We've all been told that. Not everybody, I guess, but a lot of people have. I try not to do that with my kids. A lot of times they are too loud or too much, and sometimes I may like quit asking questions when I know they need to keep asking questions. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you're just too tired to hear it, but you don't want to dim their light out to where it puts them in a bad spot. So, number four, the hidden cost of playing small. When you play small, you're not just avoiding the pain, you're creating it. You're going to create regret. You wake up 10 years from now wishing you had just bet on yourself. You're going to have resentment. It turns inward. You start hating your own inaction. Loss of identity. The longer you hide, the less you recognize yourself. And we've all been there. A lot of times you start masking it with drugs and alcohol. Broken potential. Your gifts die in silence. The world never gets what only you can give. Les Brown says that the graveyard is one of the places where dreams go to die, and people will never know what that person had inside them to give to the world. Playing small doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you, makes you freeze, makes you stop, it makes you feel less of yourself. It's not going to keep you going and not going to keep you inspired to play small. You got to play big to get those the dopamine rushes and get out there and get going. Breaking out of the small box, you got to identify where you're shrinking. Where are you choosing comfort over your calling? You got to ask that question over and over. Ask it like 7 times until you can figure it out. What opportunities are you avoiding because of fear? We're all avoiding opportunities because of fear. I did. One of them was the shop, and I took the opportunity, and it's not turning out the greatest. But I know for a fact that later on down the line, I'm never gonna say, well, what if I did? What if I would have opened that shop? You know, once we get out of it, it's gonna be a breathtaking success. But even if we stay in it and we make it a success, it's always gonna be good. Then be able to sell it. Like there's so many different things like that are gonna be positive about opening the shop. It's rough right now, but in 5 years we could just look back on this and be like, "Yep, that was a lesson learned. It was a good time, and it just wasn't for us." But we don't have the regret of what if we would have opened it. So raise your standards. Don't shrink your dreams to match your comfort zone. Stretch your habits to match your dreams. Let go of approval. Your greatness will make some people uncomfortable. Who cares? Let them go. You're not here to convince people. You're here to impact people. And just being yourself and going day to day is impacting at least one person each day. If not two, I mean, it could be one a week. Who cares? As long as you're impacting somebody, and you'll probably never know how many people you impact that day, month, or year. Do the thing anyway. You never feel ready, but you're ready enough. Start scared, start unqualified, just start. You'll learn along the way. And it's hard, and it's going to be a rocky road. It's going to be an uphill battle, but the more you learn, the easier it's going to get. And you don't know what you don't know. Like if you have a mentor, if you don't know the right questions to ask, you're never going to know the right answer. Surround yourself with people who grow you. You can't stay small. You can't stay small around giants. Choose rooms that feel uncomfortable because that's where the growth happens. So one of the closing challenges I have today is this week, stop playing small, do one thing that scares you. Send the email, launch the channel, speak up, start the project, because the world doesn't just need more successful people, it needs more authentic people, and that starts with you refusing to shrink any longer. Playing small protects your ego, but stepping up unlocks your purpose. And that's the pod. I appreciate everybody listening and watching. If you got any value out of this, please share it. And I'd love to, if you got any feedback, hit me up with a message. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks a lot. Bye.